This is the great legend, and I am coming at you live tonight, fans, with my WWE Backlash 2016 review. Fans, it is so good to be talking wrestling this Sunday night. I just got done watching WWE Backlash, and I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So let's go ahead and let's get with my review of WWE Backlash 2016. First off, I want to kind of go over some things. I've really enjoyed SmackDown Live, competing head-to-head with the Raw brand. It's just like Team Fortress 2. We got Team Red, we got Team Blue. And tonight, on SmackDown Live's WWE Backlash PPV, the blue team were bringing their A game. That's right, fans, bringing their A game. I want to go over first. There was a pretty good. I enjoyed the little pre-show match. Before a pay-per-view, they normally have a 1-hour pre-show, and the pre-show was pretty dang good. I got to say, very good. I enjoyed it. It was a match between Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. Now, currently, these are two mid-card guys. Both used to be in NXT. They're both great superstars, great performers in the ring. They still have some rust on their mic skills, but that'll happen eventually. They're kind of what you would say the new era, or part of the new era of the WWE. But they're pretty damn good in their own right. Apollo Crews, of course, a.k.a. Yuha Nation, back on the indies. He's got a lot of skills. I mean, he is an awesome wrestler. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got athleticism. He's got the aerial assault. I mean, he is awesome. And then Baron Corbin is a football guy, but he's got some power and he's got some nice moves himself for a big football guy. So I'm excited to see both of them here in the future in the WWE. But let's get to their match. They've had a little rivalry, and things like that. I mean, Baron Corbin blames Kalisto and Apollo Crews for messing up his old school title shot for the Intercontinental title back at SummerSlam, where Apollo Crews and Miz didn't have the best match, but that's another that was in my last review if you listen to my SummerSlam results. But the Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews went back and forth, and finally Baron Corbin did get the victory with the End of Days, his finisher move. So not bad, and I tuned in late to the pre-show, so I got it just in time to see that match. And then, boom, the Backlash started out with a bang. The show started, and I really like how they do this on that show. It's like a lot of times they bring Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan out, to kind of talk about the matches and hype up the show a little bit. The fans love Shane O'Mac. They love Daniel Bryan. And it's always a pleasure to see Daniel Bryan back out there and the fans doing the yes chants and all that kind of stuff. So very cool there. They were going over all the matches. All the titles were on the line, which was awesome. I love when they put the titles up for grabs. I love a good title change too. But all titles were on the line, and the fans were into it. And then they announced that six-pack challenge, the women's six-pack challenge for that new SmackDown Women's Championship. Man. And they were like, and that match starts right now. And I was like, holy crap. Because that was one of the matches I was definitely looking forward to in this pay-per-view for Backlash. So many great women competitors. Of course, Becky Lynch, Carmella was there, Nikki Bella, Natalya, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss sporting her little Harley Quinn pigtails and makeup. That was kind of fun. It was pretty cool to see that, like taking some stuff that's known in the comic and pop culture community and using it on the WWE. So Alexa Bliss, very nice move for you, young lady, to come out with your bad self with the Harley Quinn style going on. I like that. That was really cool. Before we talk much about this match, I want to go ahead and check the comments real quick. I don't know if we have any comments. I haven't brought it up yet, but we'll take a look-see real fast. See what's shaking out there in the comments. All right, we have Mr. Gretzky9966 and Nathan Banks. And I know Nathan Banks is a huge wrestling fan. Nathan, it's good to see you here, sir. And Gretzky's here. If you have any questions or if you have any comments or anything to suggest in the comments, let me know, and I'll be checking comments ever so often during this show. I try to keep these pay-per-view reviews about an hour long, so we'll definitely get back to our comment section again. Gretzky and Nathan Banks, thank you so much. If you don't know Mr. Gretzky 9966, or if you don't know Nathan Banks, sub them up. They're two good folks. So back again, live with WWE Backlash 2016 review. We're talking the Women's Six-Pack Challenge for that SmackDown Women's Championship. The match was just like going. I mean, okay, first off, how about those intros, man? I love Naomi's intro, the glow, like that soul glow. And David Otunga even mentioned, he mentioned again that movie. And David Otunga, he even says, "Show enough, The Last Dragon." Of course, we all know that's Soul Glow. Well, that's Soul Glow's from Coming to America, but when you got the glow, you got to know, you got to know The Last Dragon, classic movie, Barry Gordy. All right, anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. But anyway, so Naomi, kick-ass entrance. Alexa Bliss with the Harley Quinn, Natalya, Queen of Hearts, Fearless, Nikki Bella, the fabulous Carmella, which is always fun, and straight freaking fire, red fire, Becky Lynch, the last kicker. The match was great. I mean, this match was a freaking awesome match. Everyone was just beating the hell out of each other. What I do like about the matches when they're 6 people, what they'll do is a lot of times the superstars will throw each other out of the ring and do some out-of-the-ring moves. That way, it kind of weakens them so they stay out of the ring so we can concentrate on 2 to 3 instead of 6 going all at the same time. Because those commentators are good, but it's very hard to commentate on 6 superstars going at the same time. And that's going strong, too, because this is no damn joke. This is a new women's revolution in wrestling. For the SmackDown and the Raw brand. I have never seen women's wrestling like this. I mean, like, sure, they've had some, like, one good wrestler, women's wrestler, maybe 2, Lita, Trish, China. You've had small amounts of great women wrestlers, but I mean, like, these women, it's like a whole new, it's just amazing. I don't know, it's like a whole new generation women superstars, women wrestlers. I mean, it's freaking awesome. That's all I can say. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. But anyways, so there's a lot of action. I mean, Naomi kicked things off. She hit a neck breaker from the top rope, pinning Bliss. I mean, that was freaking awesome. It was like so damn cool, that move she did, and I think it was one where there was just so much action. Excuse me if I can't remember all the moves. I don't write this stuff down. I just go live. I don't have no notes. But man, it was like a blockbuster move, man. It looked like Blockbuster, but Natalya was holding her up. Like Jim Neidhart used to hold up people for Bret Hart to beat, and she got rid of Alexa Bliss. And then Natalya took advantage because that was one of those triple moves, throwing them off the turnbuckle or whatnot, off that top turnbuckle where Natalya was underneath, and she did her after that whole move. Naomi hit hard, so she strapped on the sharpshooter. Now Nikki runs in and hits her rack attack finisher. It's the new rack attack. It's not the old one that was bat on her neck, but it's kind of like she gets him up into the rack and then she turns it into a swinging neck breaker, which was very cool. And after that, what was funny, Carmella got some cheaps in and got Nikki for 3 on the 3 count. And then so it was just Nikki and Carmella. No, it was Carmella and Becky Lynch. And then that's when Becky Lynch took over. She hit 3 fisherman suplexes on Carmella. Also known for me that not really fisherman suplexes, because you know, when I think of a fisherman suplex, I think of the perfect plex. These are more like T-bone suplexes to me. I mean, it's not like she's, you know, trying to pin him, but boy, she was just throwing Carmella around the ring, and then she locked in the disarmor submission for her very first women's champion on the SmackDown brand, baby. It was SmackDown Live, and I was like, damn! Now, she was like, straight fire! And boy, she was whipping that ass in the ring. It was awesome. So Becky Lynch, so proud and so glad that she got her title. And that way she doesn't have to worry about the other horsewomen. You know, we got Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte on the Raw brand. She don't have to worry about none of that crap. She is the face that's going to build people. She's going to be building that SmackDown women's division over there on SmackDown. If that makes any sense. She's building that division on Team Blue, and she's got a lot of awesome people with her, because the difference is we don't get to see Paige. Of course, we probably won't see Paige again, and that's a story for a different day. But she's Raw. Alicia Fox is over there on Raw. Then you have your Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha, and you do have that little I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. Charlotte's protege is over there. But anyway, those are the kind of the main 4 on Raw. But over here on SmackDown, man, we got Becky, we got Carmella, Nikki Bella, Natalya, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, and hell, we still got all red, all everything, Eva Marie. So, you know, and now don't get me wrong, Raw does have Nia Jax as well. But I mean, like, I'm kind of digging. Okay, and you know, don't get me wrong, I mean, man, Sasha Banks and Bayley, 2 of the best ever, but I'm also digging the SmackDown ladies, man. I think it's pretty damn good. Let's go look back at the comments. We have, adding to the discussion tonight, we have my boy from Mississippi, Thomas Williams 8484. Check him out now. He's got an eBay store, and he's had one, so if you definitely want to look into getting some comics, cards, collectibles, check out Thomas Williams 8484. We have my other good friend, Who Dat Comics, Collectibles, and Gaming. We got Russ in the house. Good to see Russ. And we have Douglas Gabriel, and he said, OMG, AJ Champion, stupid. So Douglas, we'll talk about that main event here in a little bit. But we're going to go to the next match. Oh, yeah, let me give the 5-star rating for my, you know, I do 1 to 5 stars. So for the Women's Championship, there was one missed spot by Naomi and Natalya. It's when Natalya threw Naomi over the ropes. Natalya was going to do her classic Shawn Michaels, I'm not out of the Royal Rumble yet, and she was going to pull herself up and do a head scissors to take Natty over the top rope with her. Naomi didn't get all of it at first, which at that point she fucked the move up. I would have totally just said, okay, screw it, let's get Natalya out of the ring a different way. But no, they did the move again. I mean, it was okay, but that was the only missed spot out of that whole match. And I'm, you know, even though I would have probably given it a 5-star match, but there were some little things that I didn't like, and you know, I'm kind of strict. You know, I'm kind of hard on the ladies, but I'm going to give that match a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was an excellent match. The crowd was into it. The crowd loves Becky Lynch. The girls did great, man. It was phenomenal. It was a great match. 4.5 stars for that women's six-pack challenge tonight on WWE Backlash. Next, we have a little backstage segment. It was Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and what happened was, it's been rumored most of the week that Orton wasn't, or may have not been, medically cleared to compete in a match. I mean, because if you look at it, SummerSlam, he got his head busted open. He had 10 whatever staples there was. I mean, you want to make sure your guys are always healed up before you put them into another match, especially against Bray Wyatt, who's a damn good superstar, damn good wrestler. And he's not a tall guy, but he's a big guy. He's a lot of weight. So I mean, you want to make sure your guys are good to go. So what do we have? We have a little backstage cheap action where it shows Bray Wyatt injuring, aka injuring in quotes, his Randy Orton's leg, maybe ankle. So, it was one of those decisions, I guess, game time decisions, if Orton was going to compete or not. So the way around it, what they did was they had Randy Orton injured, so maybe Orton couldn't compete tonight. So that was about it. So that put the status of that match up in the air. You don't know if, what was going to happen. So skip that part for now. Just Orton's down and out. Next up, we have the Tag Team Tournament semifinal, and it was the Usos versus the Hype Brothers. He ain't hype. Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder against a different Usos. Before, last SmackDown, we saw the Usos purposely come out and injure American Alpha, so that pretty much threw Rhino and Heath Slater into the finals. Okay, we'll get to that here in a little bit, but the Usos came out. They looked a lot different this time, by defeating or beating the hell out of American Alpha and injuring again in quotes. If you don't know what that means, it's like, oh my God, Undertaker's buried alive, and you don't see Undertaker for 2 months because he's either nursing a back injury or just taking some time off. But those are those injuries in quotes. Anyway, so Usos, man, look really good as heels. They came out with no face paint on and no colors on, because it's always play in the paint, all that color. But this time they came out to black and white, which was kind of cool. I mean, so no color whatsoever. You just had black and white, aka black and white television. The 50s, they didn't have color. A lot of people didn't have the color TVs until late 60s? Yeah, 66 or so, because that's when I think color started getting pretty big. Anyway, or mid 60s probably. But Usos were looking really good against the Hype Brothers. Hype Brothers were looking really good as well. Hype Bros, I guess I ought to call them. I'm a big Zack Ryder fan. He always is just a great wrestler. And Mojo's a damn good wrestler, too. I mean, he is freaking hype. And he's got some nice power moves. I mean, they trained his ass good down there in NXT. And for Mojo, it's great that he has Zack Ryder, helping him along through his way. I mean, sure, it kind of holds Zack Ryder back from doing singles competition stuff. But, I mean, it's really, helping Mojo, so I'm hoping Mojo really appreciates what Zack's doing for him. Anyway, back to the match. Basic tag team match. One of the Usos did this chop block on Zack Ryder. Kind of same thing. They went after and tried to injure apart. Kind of reminiscent of Dash and Dawson in NXT when they used to try to injure their opponents for the win. So Usos, yeah, they injured Zack Ryder. Injury in quotes again. Injured Zack Ryder, and then I think it was Jimmy Uso got the half-leg Boston Crab, but it was a sweet-looking move because it was pretty much the Tequila Sunrise, a.k.a. from K-Dog Conan from MWO Wolfpack, put that Tequila Sunrise, and Zack Ryder tapped out to that. And this was really no surprise. I mean, you knew the Usos were going to make it to the final and most likely become the first SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. So, and it was the same submission they used to take out American Alpha. So, damn, Usos, they ain't gonna let Hype Brothers beat them. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do I give that match? I'm gonna go ahead and give this match 4 stars. I mean, it was a damn good match. It was back and forth. Mojo looked excellent in the ring. And, a lot of times, like for me, I'm not the biggest Mojo fan, but he looked really good in the ring. The Usos always great wrestlers. Zack Ryder, I'm just a fan favorite. He's a great wrestler, too. I give this 4 stars, definitely. So, 4 freaking stars. 4.5 for the 6-pack challenge. This little semifinal tag tournament, give it a 4-star. Next up, we are going The Miz and Dolph Ziggler for that Intercontinental Championship. Oh, damn. Miz, he's hot right now. He's got the heat. He definitely has some heat with Daniel Bryan, but it's good. It's good for business. I'm sure Daniel Bryan, he is upset because he can't compete. You know what I mean? But that, if you haven't seen it on Talking Smack, which is kind of like the post show of SmackDown over on WWE Network, after SmackDown Live goes off the air, you can watch the post show and watch Talking Smack, where Miz just freaking ripped Daniel Bryan a new one. Anyway, so that kind of set everything up, where Daniel Bryan was just saying what a lot of people have been saying, that Miz is kind of a coward wrestler, which, of course, you got your fans and you got your folks that know the real deal. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Miz's on-screen character is a damn coward, and all he cares about is holding the belt and going to the little movie previews and the award shows and all that kind of stuff. I mean, but Miz is definitely a WWE company man, and he plays the heel to perfection. Well, just a great bad guy, because don't you hate him? Everyone hates the fucking Miz. No one likes that motherfucker. But that's what makes him so good as a bad guy in the WWE and as a heel. No one freaking likes him. So he does his job to perfection. And tonight he was fighting Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler brings out the best in every damn performer WWE has. And what's shitty, Ziggler never gets a lot of credit for that. But man, Ziggler is a show-off. Ziggler goes out there every night trying to steal that damn show. And really, to me, he kind of does. I mean, he's pretty damn awesome. I'm a huge Dolph Ziggler fan. Always have been. So it was just a damn good match. Let me get to it. Miz was aggressive from the get-go. But, right at the very first move, so was Ziggler. Ziggler took Miz down a bunch of times with that Kent State freaking amateur wrestling background that he has. A lot of near pinfalls. They weren't not near, or I shall say early pinfalls, trying to get a cheap 1, 2, 3 on Miz. There was so many of those. And I don't want to say this match was anything close to WrestleMania 3's Macho Man Randy Savage against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But it's kind of like one of those matches early in the card that you think about, damn, this match is going pretty good so far. And you're like, holy crap. Oh, wow. So anyway, they had their little injuries and nursed their little injuries during the match because they were beating the hell out of each other. WWE has also got Miz kind of, I think they're transitioning him away from the cowardly role of heel. Or, they're doing some of that where they don't want him to be a heel much anymore. They want to get that aggressive side of Miz out in the match. Oh, man. So, Miz, had his little fake ass holding his shoulder like the shoulder was injured. And for Ziggler, it was like the knee was injured. And it was really played great. I mean, they had these little injuries. And a lot of times they'll, and if you look at this, and we're going to get back to this during the Randy Orton thing, WWE has these injuries, in quotes, mind you, to not take things away. Well, let me just go ahead and get to the end real quick. So, back and forth action, a lot of excellent action, and I'm totally high on Dolph Ziggler. But one of the best parts near the end of the match, Miz looked to have a win. He dodged a super kick, he hit a DDT, and then he locked in the figure 4 leg lock. And I thought Ziggler was going to tap right there because at this point, Miz was putting on a damn good match. Of course, it takes two to tango. Ziggler was also putting on a great match as well. I mean, you can't ever say this guy's better than this guy, because, you know, we all know they're working together in the ring to put on an excellent show for the fans. But it was back and forth. Ziggler got out of that figure four, and then Ziggler pushed him away because Miz was going to try it again. Ziggler pushed him away and hit the super kick, and it was classic Dolph. Dolph was like so still stunned, and his knee was hurting. He fell down for the cover. And, dude, right when you think Miz was going to get beat for that title, people were standing on their feet. Freaking Miz, he put his foot on the rope. You're like, oh, shit, you bastard. I fucking hate you. Anyway, so Miz got his foot on the rope. And then this is later in the match. Dolph shoved, it was Miz shoved Dolph into the ref. It knocked the ref down. And old Maurice sprayed Ziggler in the face with what looked like some kind of pepper spray or hairspray or some shit like that. I don't know what it was. You know, some stupid water probably. But it blinded Ziggler, and then Miz did his skull-crushing finale for the win, and he retained the title. I mean, oh my God, man. What a freaking great match. I know some people may be angry. Oh, Miz won. He's a cheap bastard. He won. Well, the thing about it is they want Miz to keep that title. I mean, especially if Miz can get more aggressive and kind of lose the cowardly persona. WWE, they're high on Miz. Like Miz said it to Daniel Bryan. He hasn't took no time off. He hasn't took no long injuries. I mean, any time off he's taken has been to film movies for the WWE. He has been a role player, a company man for that company. So I mean, like, and you know, they're hooking him up. I mean, you can't be angry at WWE for that. And Dolph still stole the damn show. I mean, and here's the thing, let's get back to it. It wasn't a clean finish, but by not having a clean finish, it doesn't make Ziggler look like shit. You know what I mean? Because Ziggler got beat with a cheap shit. You know, he got beat getting sprayed in the face, couldn't see, and Miz won. So that take nothing away from Dolph Ziggler. I mean, Ziggler's still the show-off, and he's an amazing performer. This is just a way that Miz can win, and, you know, Dolph saves face. You know what I mean? So nothing, you know, Dolph lost. He's been losing quite a bit lately as far as his wins go. You know, he lost to AJ, and they didn't have a triple threat for the WWE Championship. He lost last month. Who did he lose to? He lost to someone else. I mean, so yeah, he's been losing a little bit. You know, Dolph is still. Oh, Dolph lost to Ambrose for that title last month. I mean, so Dolph's still awesome, you know. And I thought the Miz. Hopefully this whole thing can kind of rejuvenate Miz's career. Maybe down the line we have more Miz and Daniel Bryan action. You never know. You know, Daniel Bryan, don't count the man out. I could see maybe a year or two from now, maybe they do clear him. And, you know, it's just the thing about clearing Daniel Bryan to wrestle is you have all these concussion lawsuits that's hitting the WWE. And granted, the doctors, 2 out of the 3 doctors cleared Daniel Bryan to come back and wrestle, but WWE just did not want to clear him themselves. Because if something does happen, concussion stuff. And you know, it's already making them look bad. But hell, back in the day, no one really knew about the concussions. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Alright, so next up, Bray Wyatt comes down to the ring. And no Randy Orton. So there was some note passed along to the ring announcer, or the, and the note said, you know, start the match by counting to 10 for a count out, an automatic DQ. So he counted to 10, and I could have sworn at like the 2 or 1 second I was going to hear the song, I hear voices in my head, they talk to me, they understand, they talk. But I thought I was going to hear Orton's music, and I was like, oh shit, Randy, RKO. But no, we didn't get that. So actually, Bray Wyatt, they counted 10, Bray won the match. Then another note got passed to the ring announcer, and it said that unannounced, there's now going to be a no holds barred match against this superstar. And then, boom, the red fire hit, and Kane came out. Oh, my God. Okay, let me tell you first, the Bray Wyatt beating Randy Orton thing, that's 1 star because they didn't really matter. So actually 0 star. So let's not even put that in there. But anyway, so Kane comes out, and they do have a no holds barred match. And damn, let me tell you what, man, it was great seeing Kane. Kane's a Hall of Famer. I mean, that's just like Big Show. Big Show's a Hall of Famer. A lot of people think Big Show needs to retire. Mark Henry needs to retire. I mean, but these guys, these are heavy hitters. These are super heavyweight wrestlers. I really like the big guys. Sure, they're old and stuff. I mean, but still, they're there to put wrestlers over, you know. Because, you know, they've done it all. They've won championships. They're there to put the other wrestlers over and boost their momentum, you know, for the WWE. So, you know, never, you know, don't disrespect. A lot of the fans disrespect some of these older guys, but you really shouldn't, because these guys put over the young, new era. So that's why you need them around, you know. So, man, I tell you, just a match back and forth, just a big hardcore, no holds barred, weapons, chairs, all that good stuff. One of the best ones I saw was when Kane was pulling off all the table stuff, because I wanted to put one of them through the table, and I think this was the Spanish table. I don't remember, but Bray Wyatt hit a senton, a running senton on Kane, and it busted through one of the tables. I call it the Fat Boy senton. Kevin Owens does the same thing. But, man, that was so cool. And then, you know, they went back and forth. And Orton finally did come out. He hobbled out. And then at the same time, Kane did the Michael Myers. He set up, so Kane was getting up. Orton was coming down to the ring. Bray Wyatt's looking left. He's looking right. He knows he ain't got a pot to piss in. So Orton comes through, and you know what's shitty? I mean, the SmackDown cameraman and the Raw cameraman, they still need a lot of work because they didn't show the whole RKO until the last second. I know they have to take the camera away because you don't want to see Orton, like, you don't want to see him going into the ring to do it. You just want to see a quick 1 second RKO, boom, he's done. But these damn cameramen really need to get their shit out of their ass. I mean, they're not catching all the action on some of the moves, and that kind of pisses me off. I know they do their best, but still. So Orton hits an RKO that I barely even freaking saw because the cameraman sucked. And then Kane choke slams Wyatt and gets the pin. So it was really good. The SmackDown Live roster, it's pretty thin. I mean, they did lose Alberto Del Rio. So whenever the WWE needs a body, old Kane comes in. So it's pretty good, you know, just to kind of be there and everything. So I like that. So Kane actually got the win. It was pretty good to see Kane pick up a win on a freaking pay-per-view. I mean, damn. When was the last time that happened? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was really good. During that match, though, Bray Wyatt, he looked really strong. He kicked out of a choke slam, which was like, damn, no one kicks out of a Kane choke slam. But anyway, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed the match. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and give this match, the Kane and Bray Wyatt no holds barred match, I'm going to give it a 3. Just because it was thrown together at the last second. But Kane is such a veteran. And if you watch the match, you know, you could, you know, if you watch really close to the wrestlers, you know, you can hear them talking to each other in the ring, you know, making sure everything's good. And I tell you what, like, you know, you may disagree with me, but Kane's an in-ring general. I mean, he really does. I mean, he leads by example. Just great superstar. I mean, he's there to help the company. And he will be missed when he retires. So I thought that was a great match. Very good. So good old Kane getting a win. Very good. That's Glenn Jacobs, if you didn't know the guy's name. Just a great guy. A lot of love for him also behind the scenes. Now, Bray Wyatt, I mean, even though he wasn't facing a top star, Bray Wyatt did an excellent job against Kane. So, you know, Bray Wyatt's doing great. The problem is Bray Wyatt's kind of solo right now. I don't know if he's with Eric Rowan or if he left Rowan to rot. But pretty soon Luke Harper is going to be coming back. So maybe we can get Harper, Rowan, and Wyatt back together again. Maybe that'll make Wyatt stronger. I mean, Bray's kind of getting lost in the shuffle a lot of these times when Bray can easily be a world champion himself in his own right. But, you know, he's got the coolest freaking intro in the WWE to me. I mean, damn. Well, actually, Shinsuke from NXT, but he's got a great intro. And Finn Balor Demon intro. But anyway, Bray Wyatt's pretty awesome. So we're going to go ahead and take a little break here, check the comments. We got some good viewers. We got 8 viewers watching right now. Thank y'all so much for watching. Nathan Banks is glad that Becky won, and deservedly so. I mean, she's a great competitor. Very good technician in the ring. Thomas says, I have to watch some SmackDown. I haven't watched SmackDown in 2 years. It's been 2 months since I've seen Raw. So, man, Thomas, man, I know you've been kind of injured lately. I mean, you need to get that VCR, get that DVR, record the Raw, man. Record the SmackDown. And if you got the cash for $9.99 a month, dude, you can watch all these pay-per-views. And really, if you just get WWE Network and watch the pay-per-views, I mean, you'll get all of the lead-up, like the lead-up to those pay-per-view matches. They always break it down for you on the pre-show, so you can watch the pre-show and then watch the pay-per-view, dude, and you're all caught up. Also, Trinity Comics, did Junkyard Dog fight Kamala? Now, honestly, I don't know. I would have to go back in time. I bet Bill Watts was huge on Junkyard Dog back in early 80s before he went to WWE. Bill Watts was huge. Bill Watts, of course, ran the show a lot in Atlanta, the old WCW before it came Turner's WCW. Back in the day, Bill Watts, or was it Mid-South? I can't remember. It may have been Mid-South, but Junkyard may have fought Kamala because Kamala did travel up and down the territories. I know Kamala came to World Class Championship Wrestling in Dallas, and he wrestled there some. So, Trinity, you can see Junkyard. You can see Kamala if you get the WWE Network. Now, most likely you'd want to go to the old school matches, but they have them all on there, man. So it's very awesome. I think WWE owns all of those old territories, and they air them out on WWE Network, and you know you can watch them on demand if you want as well. So big shout out to Jeremy, Trinity Comics, great guy, one of the coolest guys out there in the comic book community. So, as I said, the Kane beating Bray Wyatt in the no-holds-barred match really due to the RKO to soften him up, and then, of course, the choke slam. I mean, Bray wasn't getting up from a damn second choke slam and an RKO, so that's 3 stars. And now, if it would have been a healthy Randy and a healthy, Bray, probably 4-star, or maybe even higher. Next up, we finally get the Tag Team Championship match final, where the Usos, who locked in their freaking spot by first, coming out and injuring American Alpha last week to kind of give Heath Slater and Rhino a free ride to the final, and of course Usos beating the Hot Brothers as well. So we had Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos, and let me tell you something. Man, it is so cool seeing Heath get love from the WWE Universe. Man, that is so freaking good to see, man. I ain't seen Heath whipping that ass since his days in Nexus. And, Heath is a 3-time tag team champion. I don't remember his partners or anything. I wasn't watching the wrestling at that time, but, damn, Heath was looking good in there, And it is what it is. I mean, Heath for, past 3 or 4 years has been getting used as enhancement talent. We don't call them jobbers no more. They enhancement talent. They enhance the other superstars and make them look good. But he's also a company man. You know, he's been with WWE a while. He ain't no idiot. He's going to do what WWE tells him to do. You know, he ain't making that John Cena or Brock Lesnar money, but he's holding it down there. So good for old Heath, man. And this was a great match. I felt this match was just very damn good match. I mean, and getting into these matches, I'm going to count them up here. We only had about 6 matches. I mean, we had some backstage stuff going on with the Orton and Bray. We had the, Bray coming out, having them count to 10. But pretty much we only had 6 matches here. So the show ended around 9:45 or 9:40 something Central. So it was a little under 3 hours. But the matches themselves all of them were close to about 30 minutes long. And that's a long time. I mean, that's good action in the ring. Now, one thing I don't like, and they've been doing this, is sometimes they go to commercial, or like it's a WWE commercial, but they'll go to the commercials during their pay-per-view matches. I'm pretty sure they do that. I'm not sure if they do or not. I can't remember, but it seems like they have a lot of these WWE commercials, which I don't really like, but it is WWE Network and all that good stuff. But anyway, commercials suck. Either way you have it. But it is what it is. So anyway, back to the Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos. Heath came out dominating. He had some nice punches, just some damn good moves, and then of course Usos, they're heels now. They started working Heath. They started whipping Heath's ass, and finally Heath got that tag to Rhino. Rhino comes in throwing his weight around. You remember, well, Rhino's been doing this for about 20 years. Hardcore legend, ECW champion, the Gore. I mean, damn, he is power, and it's great to see him still go. And what makes this whole thing just insanely fun is Rhino was brought in originally to NXT to kind of be paired up with Baron Corbin to fight for those the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and then it gave I don't want to ever say Rhino's enhancement talent, but he was kind of with Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin was able to do some great one-on-one stuff with Rhino, and I hope Baron Corbin, like, behind the scenes, he is like a lone wolf. He doesn't really hang with much of the other talent per se. He just kind of goes to work and does his job. He don't try to ass kiss or make friends or any of that. But the veterans, like I've seen Scott Hall go down there, and I've seen, of course, Rhino was down there. He'll listen to the old veterans and take what they have, and he'll put it to good use. But anyway, back to Rhino. So Rhino comes in and he starts working over the Usos, and all that. But Slater, the cool thing was Slater got some time in the ring to like whip some ass. He got a couple of neck breakers in. He got a float over DDT. And dude, I thought he was going to win it right there with the float over DDT, or the floating DDT. It's what Edge used to use a lot of times as one of his special moves. But Usos pulled Heath out of the ring, started beating on Heath again. But while Heath wasn't looking, or when Heath was getting pulled out, I think by Jimmy Uso, the ref was looking over at Jimmy and Heath. Rhino comes in the ring and spears Jay, or was it Jimmy? I don't know. I think it was Rhino speared Jimmy Uso. I always get my Usos mixed up. Rhino, actually, I don't want to say spear. That's some Goldberg shit. Rhino gave the gore while the referee's back was turned. And then he rolls out of the ring, and Heath pins the Uso for the 1, 2, 3. And the win, it doesn't only make Slater and Rhino the very first SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, it earns Slater a contract on the SmackDown Live. So damn, that was freaking awesome. And it was kind of cool. You got to see Heath, hugging on Rhino, and Heath was just thanking Rhino. And Rhino, I mean, what a guy. I mean, Rhino's, coming in. I don't think he's working full-time. I think he's just part-time right now because he's running for some kind of a political office outside of WWE, so I don't know how long. And I think Rhino was in the lead for that political office he was running for. So I don't know how long Rhino's going to be wrestling currently. But I hope for a little while. I mean, hell, him and Heath, they're the tag team champions, SmackDown Live tag team champs. Of course, we know this will probably be short-lived. I see either the Usos winning these belts back, and then maybe have American Alpha win the belts from the Usos. And I know it's a long way away from April for WrestleMania, but it sure would be cool to have, well, it'd be great to have Heath and Rhino hold on to these titles for a pretty good while, maybe 2 or 3 months. Maybe lose them to the Usos and then have American Alpha win on the greatest, grandest stage of them all. Maybe have American Alpha win these titles at WrestleMania. That would be cool. I would actually love to see every match at the WrestleMania for 2017. I would love every match to be a title match. I think that would be great too. So, this match here, Rhino and Heath beating the Usos, and it was a damn good tag match. You know, I know some people may disagree, but I'm giving this match 4.5 stars. 4.5 out of 5. What a freaking awesome match. The fans were into it. The fans were chanting for Rhino. The fans were chanting for Heath. Just the kind of unorthodox faces. Kind of baby faces out there, which was great because, you know, Usos are heels now. And the Usos as heels, very good choice, I believe, because everyone loves American Alpha. You don't want to have two baby faces going against each other. And actually, the Usos haven't even been baby faces for a while because they kind of got teamed up with Roman. And Roman, you know, since they're related to Roman, they get a bad rap. But it's good to see the Usos as heels. And it's fun to see Heath Slater and Rhino hold some titles. This is pretty nice. Heath ain't held them in a long time, and Rhino hadn't held a title since God knows when. So I thought that was really damn awesome. I mean, like I said, 4.5 out of 5 on the Heath and Rhino, man. Oh, man, so cool. I just want to give a big shout out to Rebel Comics, the father of Naomi. Check out Rebel Comics. You know, most of y'all know him as Rebel Comics on YouTube. Everyone in the world knows him as Larry Higgins, the creator of Naomi. He is the writer and creator of Naomi, indie comic book that you can find out if you type in NYOBI. Type that in on Google, type in Kickstarter, and check out his book, Naomi. That is Larry Higgins' Naomi comic book. Very cool. But y'all may know him by all that. And y'all, some of y'all on YouTube know him by Rebel Comics. But, man, I don't know him by none of that. He's LP to me, and he always will be LP. He loves it when I call him LP. And it just sounds good. I like that shit. LP. That's my man right there. He's a pretty awesome guy. So let's get to the very final match. The World Championship match. The WWE World Championship. Dean Ambrose defending his title against the face that runs this place, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Oh, damn. Let me tell you something. Woo. Now, last month when Ambrose was defending against Ziggler, that was a good match, you know. Ziggler's always holding it down, and Ambrose is really damn good. Ambrose really, well, he's a lot faster. He's kind of younger, but he does kind of remind me of like an old school Southern kind of wrestler, like a Stone Cold or a more in shape Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, like or a lot more in shape. A Dusty or a Dustin Rhodes. Gold Dust, if you will. But just kind of like a more southern kind of guy, even though I think he's from Ohio anyway. But he's a brawler, you know. He's just a damn good brawler. Great moves, DDTs, suplexes, the lunatic lariat, you know, where he rebounds himself out of the ropes and he comes back with that lariat. Oh my God, he's a great wrestler. And then you got a guy like AJ Styles who's been wrestling for what must be about 20 years, you know. I still remember him in the New Blood, WCW New Blood. He was there for a little while, I think, for that, and then he went on to do TNA for about 10 or so years, maybe even longer than that. Then he went over to New Japan and became their IWGP champion on the first, time he went for that title. And like JBL said, I think the only other guy that did that was Brock Lesnar. Anyway, so AJ and Dean Ambrose, two veterans, you know, they've been around a long time. A lot of times people that don't watch other wrestling, and I really just watch WWE, but I will watch a lot of matches on YouTube from other various promotions. And I know the Unboxing Bros, Mike and Steve, they also watch matches from all over the place as well. I know there's Lucha Underground, TNA. I don't know if TNA's still on TV. There's Ring of Honor. All kinds of just great wrestling out there. Anyway, so AJ and Dean Ambrose for the title. This match was a long-ass match, too. But, it had all the things you love to see from both competitors. For the longest time, AJ was taking Ambrose to school. I mean, kind of embarrassing him. Of course, that's what it was intended to look like. That AJ, he wasn't afraid of nothing. I mean, he was gonna show all of his stuff. I think two of the biggest moments was, of course, AJ getting his 450 springboard splash, and then there was this one where Ambrose was pinned up in the bottom rope and the middle rope. And AJ comes through full force and just like drop kicks his ass through those two lower ropes onto the damn apron outside the ring. I was like, damn. And then they took the fight outside, and he threw. Ambrose, of course, rebounds because Ambrose a freaking lunatic. He ain't staying down for no one. Ambrose gets up. He throws AJ over the barricade into the audience area, and then gets on the tables, and he was trying to hit his suicide dive through the ropes a couple times, I think, during the match, but he decides just to go suicide dive running off of two tables and then throwing his body into AJ. They just both wiped out, dude. Oh my God, it was awesome. So they get back into the ring, and it looked like Styles was going to take the upper hand back in the ring, and he hit the Pele kick, the classic Bullet Club Pele kick that also Finn Balor uses. Hit the Pele kick, and then the fans, I think, were really wanting AJ to win because he hit the Pele kick. Ambrose stumbles back, does his lunatic lariat, the rebound clothesline, turns AJ's ass inside out. Oh, I love when someone gets turned inside out from a damn clothesline. And that, fans, is when, you get clothesline, or, AJ the clothesline-e, or is it the clothesliner? Yeah, the clothesline-e, the guy that got clothesline. He hops a little off his front feet and kind of starts the backward motion. So when Ambrose hits that clothesline, he pushes down and spins his body to give it that kind of backflip looking type, move. That's when you get turned inside out. So I love when they get turned inside out like that. It's so damn cool. Now, after the lunatic lariat, doing all that, Ambrose gets the damn, or no, not Ambrose. AJ, like, the ref gets nailed or kind of shoved. He shoves Ambrose into the ref, or someone. The ref gets distracted, whatever it is. And this made Styles, when Styles looked back and saw the ref distracted, Styles kicked Ambrose in the nuts. And then he fucking hit the Styles Clash to win the world title. And I was like, oh, that is so freaking awesome. Okay, I'm an AJ Styles fan. I also like Dean Ambrose as well, but I like AJ a little better than Dean Ambrose as far as superstars. You know, I like Dolph Ziggler better than either one of them, but as far as those two, I like AJ better. Now, what this does, okay, it say Ambrose saves face because it wasn't a clean finish. So don't get too mad. Ambrose saves face. It wasn't a clean finish, which was really good. Because Ambrose only had that title for a little while. For a fan, any Ambrose fan, you want to see your guy hold the title longer. But for some reason, I guess they want to put it on AJ. So I'm hoping this puts them in a predicament where Ambrose, of course, will get a rematch for that title at the next SmackDown Live pay-per-view. I mean, because it is what it is. Now, in the long run, though, if AJ still has this world championship, by the time John Cena comes back, we could be looking at a 16-time world champion. I'm just saying he could be tying that record with Ric Flair, and that would be pretty cool. Like, do I think Cena's better than Flair? It's hard to tell. I mean, dude, Flair's a damn legend, man. He's like me. What can I say? He's a legend. Does John Cena deserve the 16 time? I would say so. I mean, if you just look at the stuff he does away from wrestling, 500 plus Make-A-Wish Foundation visits with terminally ill kids. I mean, that's a great human being in my book. I mean, he ought to be 20-time champion for just that kind of stuff alone. You know what I mean? So yeah, that would be cool. But currently, right now, John Cena is filming the Grit show or whatever it's called, American Grit, True Grit, whatever the hell he's doing. I don't know what the damn show's called. He's filming that, and he's hosting the Today Show every now and then. But we have right now the face that runs the place, AJ Styles, your WWE World Champion. Now, what do I give that match? I got to go 5 stars. I mean, those two guys put on a damn good show. I mean, Dean Ambrose is excellent. I mean, Ambrose has proven time and time again that he can main event. He can main event. You know what I'm saying? It don't always have to be a Roman or a Seth Rollins, even though those guys are on Raw. But Ambrose can definitely main event with the best of them. And this won't be the last we see of Dean Ambrose being the world champion. But I think it was really cool to give, AJ the strap, put the strap on him, see what he says, or we know what he's going to say. But anyway, I want to give some shout-outs to Hamza Saeed. Hamza Saeed, good to see you. He's an AJ fan. While earlier in tonight's chat, we had a guy by the name of Douglas Gabriel saying, oh my God, AJ champion, stupid. But down here, we have Hamza Syed saying AJ Styles won. Yay. Thomas says, what's up, Hamza? So, definitely I give that match 5 stars. I thought it was damn good. A great match. 5-star match all the way. A lot of times when you're watching AJ, you will get 5-star matches. I thought his match with John Cena was what it was. Phenomenal. I mean, and John Cena's a damn good wrestler, too. I mean, some people don't like Cena. They say he's fake or whatnot and all that. Well, you know what? Fake, that's the persona's fake. I mean, but in the ring, the moves, the endurance, putting on that show where the fans are like, looking in amazement, not knowing the finish, the fans on their feet, I mean, that's putting on a damn match. I mean, like, so, you know, even though, like, your favorite guy, like an Ambrose or whatnot, got beat and AJ won, I mean, it takes two to tango in the world of wrestling. And it is what it is. We all know that it's predetermined. Well, I hope some of y'all know. If y'all don't, sorry to ruin it for you. But so we know the stuff is predetermined, and a lot of the fans know it's predetermined. But man, it's just a great show, and that's what it is. It's sports entertainment, you know. It's entertainment. That's all it is. So yeah, but WWE Backlash final match, AJ, 5 freaking stars. Let's go over these things again real quick. The Women's Championship, 4.5 stars. I mean, awesome match. Love the match. I'm glad Becky Lynch won. Thought it was a 4.5. I would have gave it a 5 if there wasn't some missed spots. There's a couple missed spots there, mainly the Naomi trying to head scissor Natalya over the rope there. Usos defeating the Hype Brothers. I got to go 3.5 on that. I thought it's just a great match. Hype Brothers, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley against Usos, very good. The Miz defeating Dolph Ziggler. I don't know what I gave this earlier in the thing, but I got to go 4.5 on that. I thought that was an excellent match. And some didn't like that Miz won, but it is what it is. Dolph got cheaped, so Dolph saves face. Bray and Kane, the No Holds Barred, that was a great match. 3 stars. Thought it was really good for an old timer. Heath and Rhino defeating those Usos. I may have given that a 4.5. I'm not sure. And then AJ beating Ambrose, man. I give that 5 all the way. I mean, what a great match. I mean, just, and this pay-per-view overall, even though it was 6 matches, let's see. Yeah, 6 matches plus the pre-show match where you had Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. That makes it 7, but 6 on the official card. Good matches. Really good matches. So I'm giving this Backlash PPV, I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars tonight, fans. So WWE Backlash 2016 SmackDown Live's very first pay-per-view, 4.5 out of 5. Fans, thank you so much tonight. This is the Great Legend coming at you live with my WWE Backlash 2016 review. I want to give final shout-outs. I want to thank Thomas Williams, 8484, Mr. Gretzky, 9966, Nathan Banks, Russ, Houdat Comics, Collectibles and Gaming, Douglas Gabriel, brother. Hey, man, sub me up if you want to hear some more wrestling. I do these once a month. Nathan Banks, Rebel Comics, a.k.a. LP, and Hamza Saeed. Thank y'all so much for watching tonight. WWE Backlash 2016 review. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.